Welcome to another fine episode of Art Appreciation Being Anchored in Love. I'm your host, intrepid art teacher in seclusion, Mrs. Gregory. In these episodes, we are learning a little bit about art history and a little bit of its application. So if we were in school right now, I would be gearing up for the month of April's bulletin board being all about the Renaissance. But since we're not, I'm going to focus on some of the specific artists of that glorious time period. Today's artist up for discussion is Michelangelo, considered to be one of the greatest artists of all time, if not the best. One of the foremost artists of the high Renaissance time period, he was a painter, a sculptor, an architect, and a poet. Born in Florence, Italy in 1475, he showed talent for art at a young age and finished a 3-year apprenticeship in 1 year, having quote-unquote nothing more to learn. He rose to fame with the assistance of the famous Medici family, but forged his own path, making his own rules and following his own guidelines. His Pietà sculpture was completed when he was in his early 20s and is one of the most exquisite masterpieces to behold. His even more famous statue of David is a true wonder because it stands at 17 feet tall and was created from a single block of discarded marble. Sculpture was his passion, and he often said he sculpted because there was something inside the marble. He said, "I saw the angel and I carved until I set it free." When it comes to painting, well, you just need to say 2 words, Sistine Chapel. I was lucky enough to see it last year in Italy, and it is every bit as breathtaking as you could possibly imagine, and then some. The scale and the size of it, the level of detail and complexity, and the precision of this work seem otherworldly indeed. Consider, too, that he only had a few assistants working with him, and they worked on this project for over 4 years, spent most of the time on scaffolding with either craned necks or on their backs for a majority of the workday. It is absolutely mind-boggling. Now, not wanting to leave any bit of his genius left unmentioned, I would invite you to look up some examples of his poetry and his architecture, as well as his multitude of paintings and sculptures, some finished and unfinished. Now, I could go on for hours about the influence that Michelangelo had on the art world, but I need to keep this short and sweet and get on to our next project.